What is happiness? A smile? A chemical reaction? A state of mind? We all know what it feels like: joy, contentment, peace. But when we try to define it, measure it, or chase it, happiness becomes slippery, almost impossible to pin down. So here's the question: can happiness be scientifically measured? At first glance, it might seem like trying to measure the wind with a ruler. Happiness is deeply personal. What brings one person joy might leave another indifferent. A quiet morning walk, a loud concert, a newborn child, or a moment of solitude, it's different for everyone. But scientists have been trying, and in some ways, they're getting closer. Let's start with psychology. In the mid 20th century, psychologists began to move beyond treating mental illness and started asking a new question: what makes life worth living? This gave rise to a new field called positive psychology, the scientific study of happiness, well being, and human flourishing. Researchers began using tools like surveys and questionnaires to track how people say they feel. One of the most well known is the subjective well being scale, which simply asks people to rate their happiness or life satisfaction on a scale, say from 1 to 10. It's self reported, yes, but surprisingly consistent. People tend to rate themselves similarly over time, and their scores often align with external factors: relationships, income, health, freedom, and even political stability. In fact, global organizations like the United Nations now track happiness across countries. The World Happiness Report uses surveys to rank nations based on how happy their citizens feel. It considers factors like GDP, social support, life expectancy, freedom to make life choices, and perceptions of corruption. According to this data, countries like Finland, Denmark, and Iceland often top the list. But happiness isn't just about surveys, it's also about biology. Inside your brain, chemicals like dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins play major roles in how you feel. These neurotransmitters light up when we experience pleasure, connection, love, or success. Some scientists even use brain scans, like fMRIs, to observe which areas activate during moments of happiness. Still, here's the catch: pleasure and happiness are not the same thing. You can feel pleasure from chocolate, a funny video, or a short-term win. But happiness, true lasting contentment, is more complex. It often comes from meaning, purpose, and a sense of connection, things that don't always show up on a brain scan. That's why some researchers distinguish between hedonic happiness, the pursuit of pleasure, and eudaimonic happiness, a deeper, purpose-driven sense of well-being. The latter may not feel as exciting in the moment, but it often leads to greater long-term fulfillment. So, can we measure happiness? Yes and no. We can track patterns, identify influences, and even map parts of the brain involved in joy. We can ask people how they feel, and often they'll give us honest, meaningful answers. But there's still something deeply personal about happiness, something that science may never fully capture in numbers or graphs. Maybe that's part of the beauty. Happiness isn't a fixed number on a chart. It's a moving, living experience, a combination of emotion, biology, thought, and culture. Science can help us understand it, but only we can feel it. And maybe in the end, that's all the measurement we really need.
The sweeping insensitivity of it.